Have you ever had someone ask you, why are you so angry? And you're thinking to yourself, what do you mean, why am I so angry? Don't you see what you did? Don't you see what happened? Don't you see what's going on in my life? All the things that I thought I would be? Does that resonate with you? Do you know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm the only one. In this video, I want to talk about anger because for most of my life, it controlled me. And if it's controlling you, I hope by the end of this video, you stop letting it control you. Because it's taking away your power and it's taking away your ability to do what you were put on this earth to do. And there's something that you can gain better than that if you're willing to let it go. And I'm just sharing what I learned. I'm not trying to tell you that I know everything, but I'm sharing what I learned in this video and I hope it will help you. Just want to apologize in advance. From the 8:15 moment until the 9:15 moment, a booger spawns in my nose. Yes, I'm aware of it. In the future, I will cut my nose hairs, but I just was not going to re-record this video, so I apologize. As I've said in previous videos, I am 44, and I've spent a lot of my life in this space of trial and error. And I've learned quite a few things about myself, about life, about people, and one of the things I figured out for myself is I needed people to like me. And for me, that stemmed from growing up. I had really crooked teeth. I'm not the tallest guy. And I also was extremely skinny. So I call that the trifecta. And that trifecta, man, it made me feel like I could not like myself. And so I needed other people to like me. And because of that, anytime someone did not like me or I was doing my best to get them to like me, and for some reason they still did not, it would upset me because I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do what you want me to do to make you like me, and you won't. I was doing exactly what they asked me to do. And they're like, no, I still don't like you, bro. Well, that hurts. And so then what I would do is next, I'm going to try again. Maybe a different tactic to try to get the person to like me or be liked in a given situation. And guess what? It didn't work. And I used to get so frustrated and angry because it's like, why don't you see that I'm trying? Why don't you like me? Why won't you give me a break? What I didn't know then that I know now is no one can like a person who does not like himself. They have no standard to which to measure by. But of course, at that time, I didn't know that. That's how I used to feel on the inside. How that transformed on the outside is because I felt that about myself. I could not convince myself to do the things that I know would move my life forward. The things that I know bring me joy, satisfaction in life. I couldn't convince myself to do them because it would stop me if I can't be perfect for this other person, or if I'm not the perfect parent, then that means I'm disqualified in all other areas. Guess what happens? Then I'm angry at myself for not even trying anymore. It just begins this cycle. It's a loop. I'm angry at myself for being angry because people don't like me. And then I'm angry at myself for not doing the things that I know I was put on this earth to do because somebody else said they didn't like me. It reminds me of, in the book, the little prince goes to the planet of the drunkard. And he asks the drunkard, why do you drink? The drunkard says, I drink because I'm sad. And he said, why are you sad? He said, I am sad because I drink. It's crazy to me that we just go in cycles. And then we're so mad at ourselves for being this angry person. Well, if we keep going in the same cycle, then we're going to be angry. And that's what I did. I kept going in the same cycle, hoping for different results. But something always happens. There's always this catalyst, a call to adventure for me. And I didn't know it at the time. The call to adventure for me ended up being when I took the step to go to the Tony Robbins event. That was a call to adventure for me. I never put myself in that type of situation. I've never even been somewhere where I didn't know anyone on a trip before. Never. But something called me to that moment. Something said, this has to be done. And I did it. I went. And since I have been back from that adventure, things have been different. I won't say that I haven't gotten angry at anything, because that would be ridiculous to say. I have. But what I have been able to do since then is take a step back and say, hey, what is this really about in this situation? What were you thinking? What do you need? And it's changed things. And for me, and it will for you, if you can recognize that, hey, maybe I'm going in this loop, and ask yourself the question, is this loop serving me? If it is not serving me, what would be the worst that could happen if you stop going in this loop? And I asked myself that question. And then I started looking at things and made some decisions. And one of the decisions I made is, hey, I am not going to go along to get along. I'm not going to do that. I've done that most of my life. And when I look back at it, I'm like, hey, that actually doesn't work for me. It's actually probably never worked out when I just went along to get along. I've set for myself now is standards. If something happens or is said or is done with anyone that violates this certain thing, I'm going to speak up. But if it does not, I'm not going to speak up, because everything can't be a thing. You know, you have to know what your things are. And what this does is it creates space for you not to get angry about everything, or not to get angry at all. You understand now that you're just going to speak up when you need to speak up. You don't have to feel guilt. You've actually thought about why you decided it's okay to speak up in this moment. It's not just willy-nilly. You're not reacting. See, when we react, we get angry at ourselves. But when we have thought about our situation and came at it from a place of, you know what, this is just something that I need to speak up on. And the second part of it is, when you can come at it like that, you can think about what the responses will be. Hey, I'm going to speak up in this situation, and most likely one of these two things are probably going to happen. And either one of those I can live with. You are now walking in power, not in anger. And when you can walk in life, in power and not in anger, you are in control of your life. And when you are in control, you will start to make better decisions instead of reacting to every that comes your way. And this is so new for me because I am used to reacting to everything that comes my way. And it's going to get uncomfortable. People, situations are not going to be used to this non-angry version of you who can say, hey, this is okay. This is not okay. I'm okay with whatever you decide based on this. But I have to tell you what it is. It's going to ruffle feathers. But you have to be strong and stay in your desire not to be a person who is angry all the time. Because generally, when you're angry all the time, you're not even angry at that person. You're angry at yourself for not being able to stand up for yourself, for not having enough courage to believe in yourself and be willing to say or do what you need to do. And so now that I've given myself this permission, I am looking at the world completely different. I don't look at the world from I'm waiting for the real world to react on me. I'm looking at the world from a sense of power, to saying I'm going out into the world and I'm going to create the world that I want to see. And those are two different perspectives. One, you hold your head is lowered. The other one, your head is held high because you are walking in destiny. You are walking in grace. You are walking in the greatness that you have within you. And so I want to encourage you to stop getting angry with people. Instead, get clear on what you want, get clear on the things that you can and cannot tolerate, and start looking at the world with eyes open and saying, hey, there's opportunity out there. I can be whatever it is I want to be, but I have to learn to trust and believe in self and go forward. You cannot change the past. You only have today. So every day, if instead of being angry, we just sit in the fact that, hey, this is the day I have. I build on this day. I focus on the things that I can control. So I should just focus on today. I know there's greatness in me. There's greatness in you too. But you have to decide to stop letting your anger control you. I lived in a space of anger forever, man. And living in a space of power, everything doesn't still go my way. But my perspective is different. It's just different. And I feel better. I feel like I have more energy. I have more focus, peace, joy, all of it, because things are not happening to me. They're happening for me. So if they're happening for me, the only thing I can do is to learn from them, apply, and keep it moving, baby. Let the anger go. It is not going to serve you. It actually will just kill you. I mean, there's many studies on how anger kills us. We have to people pleasing because you cannot please everybody. It's not possible. So stop trying to please everybody and learn to look inward and see what you need, because you need something. You're in this world to create and be something. But if you're always outsourcing that ability to find out what that thing is, you'll always be angry and unfulfilled. And that's what I've learned. And I'm 44. I don't want you to be 44 and figure this out. I hope you are much younger than this when you're watching this video, and you can go out there and do it. And I promise you, your life will not be worse. Your life will only be better. There's a quote. It says that the reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable man adapts the world to himself. That is why all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that. Stop letting your anger keep you stuck. Determine what you need. Take responsibility for giving it to yourself, and start adapting the world to your greatness, and stop letting it adapt itself to you. All right. This was something that resonated with you and you need to talk. Jump on a call with me. There is a link in the description. You can jump on a call with me. We can chat about this, a 15-minute call, because I want to see more men break free of these chains, man. We chain ourselves and then we kill ourselves.